So this is our team, the small, fast orange fungi troll feet team. And our organism we chose is called the Kuroi, and it's kind of similar to a frog. On this project, we had John Dye. Correct me if I mispronounce your name. Ina Cuffman, Michaela Miles, me, Skylar Porter, Lauren Wilford, and Allie Benin. Okay, I'll go to the next slide.
Okay, so then for the anatomy and physiology, it's a small amphibian-like organism that's able to breathe underwater as well as above, and this is the main adaptation. It has a compact low-profile torso with dense musculature, and also has troll-like webbed feet, which are best for fast swimming and stability on land. And then how it's able to breathe underwater as well as above in its integumentary system, which is the skin. It has moisture retaining permeable epidermis with a mucus layer that allows for oxygen to absorb, which then allows it to breathe underwater. And then for above, it's just the lungs through the respiratory system.
Okay, so for behavior, it's nocturnal, so it's mostly active at night, meaning it also hunts its food at night, eating mostly insects. This is a good thing because it protects itself, also a bad thing because then it doesn't get as much food at night if it's not active in the night. It spends most of its time underwater, kind of what we talked about, and it avoids its predators that way. But by also doing that, again, it can not have as much food. It can only live in specific places like this water, so that can lower the population size, but it's very likes to hang out mostly just in the water, so nothing too crazy with its behavior.
All right, so the ecological role and niche is kind of similar to the behavior. So excuse me if I sound redundant, but so it has a very specific like location where it lives again, which limits its population size. It typically lives under bridges near small bodies of water. It's a little special organism. So I don't know. It eats insects, mice, fish, and lizards. It typically doesn't eat that many fish, only the fish that it's bigger than. So it usually will eat a lot of insects in the nighttime. It gets preyed on by larger animals such as foxes, cougars, falcons, eagles, and bears. And it's again only active at night for hunting, which means it's nocturnal. It remains underwater in the daytime to avoid detection of predators, and it also can camouflage when on ground to appear darker because it only comes out of the water in the nighttime, and it will appear lighter when beneath the water when it's in the day. So, yeah.
So for predation and competition, as we've talked about before, it preys on insects and other small animals. And once again, these are animals that do come out at night. So it would be mice, and as we said, fish that are smaller than them. And the organism is prey to larger animals. Large predatory birds are one of the main predators for them. They can also be eaten by possums, things like that. And their dual respiration also makes them prey for large aquatic animals. So that is also a concern for them. And as we talked about before, since they only hunt at night, that is already a smaller amount of food. And they do face competition with other similarly sized organisms that hunt at night for insects, etc., such as like bats or smaller birds.
For its habitat, this is kind of a picture to help you understand. We based it on a bit of what New Zealand is like. That's what this photo is of. It's a very seasonal place. So there's a lot of rain sometimes, which it likes, but then it also can get dry sometimes, and really limits where it can go because it likes the water and it likes the little creatures that are around there, but also in the grasses. And as we talked about, it is great at disguising itself both in the water and on land. So when it's on land, it's a great place to hunt for those little insects or lizards, the small game, because the grass is a great cover from the birds who kind of just have to fly around and peek through the holes and the gaps. But since it is in New Zealand, it's on an island. It's a very humid place, which it likes. And the other amphibians that it is with are most of its competition, as they all kind of reside in the hot spots of where there is food and water and shelter from the birds.
I did throw together this food web. Um, and to be honest, with this creature, a regular food web that you'd find in an ecosystem didn't change a whole lot, which I think adds to its survivability if it doesn't throw too many curveballs at what was going on. But you can see that it does. Obviously, it eats these insects, these smaller fish, and then opportunistically, a bit larger animal like a rabbit or a snake. I think it would prey on it if it had the opportunity to do so. And then it does get eaten by bears and predatory birds. I did put these arrows backwards for what they should be, but that's just a little disclaimer. But that's what it would eat, and I think it would do very well.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
I guess these are the physical representations of the Kuroi and what it might look like. The end.